It's of course reduced to 10 men and they take a point. They remain 6 behind Arsenal, so the Gunners lead over Manchester City 5 points for the time being, of course, because a full Premier League fixture list coming your way this week, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Gianfranco, what an effort by your former club with 10 men to get a point there.
I think very well played, considering also the strength of Arsenal, the moment they are going through. We played a lot of energy, and actually, I tell you, a couple of opportunities. They could have also got another goal. So, very, very pleased and proud of the performance.
How do you see it from an Arsenal point of view, Writing?
Well, you have to take it, Steve. Even though Chelsea went down to 10 men, you wouldn't have guessed it. I think they said it on commentary. You can't really tell. They really played well, Reece James in particular. But I think when you're going for what Arsenal are going for, you go to Chelsea. Yes, you go down to 10 men, you want to win the game, but you'll still take that. Coming off the week they've had, Bayern Munich, Tottenham, then Chelsea. Big games, you know what I mean? And I don't think you should be too disappointed. The main thing is they've not lost this game. Them going down to 10 men gave them a better opportunity to win it, but the main thing is not to lose it.
Yep, and that is the gap, as I say, between themselves and Manchester City. 5 points on themselves. Always seeing goals galore again and stories galore this week, and yet again another Premier League weekend with goals in every single game. The wins on Saturday for Brentford, late on for Manchester City, comeback win for Sunderland, thumping first away win since January in the Premier League for Newcastle at Everton, and for Fulham, with more misery piled on Spurs. Then earlier today, Manchester United were 1 down, came back to win 2-1 at Palace. Villa narrowly getting the better of the bottom club Wolves. Brighton winning again on their travels, 2-0 at Forest. Liverpool, after those 6 defeats in 7 league games, with a clean sheet and a big 3 points, 2-0 at West Ham. And 10 men Chelsea get a 1-1 draw and a point against Arsenal at the Bridge. So as I say, the lead going into this busy Premier League week for Arsenal is 5 points over City, 6 clear of Chelsea and Aston Villa, who've gone into the top 4 today. And Brighton's win at Forest pushes them into the top 5. Manchester United and Liverpool also winning today, up to 21 points. So Wolves still awaiting that first league win of the season, 9 points away from safety. In fact, all of the bottom 5 losing this weekend with those defeats today for West Ham and for Forest as well. Yeah, good afternoon. Chelsea, only the second team to stop Arsenal winning in any competition since the 24th of September, with 10 men from 38 minutes onwards. I mean, he's calling it a statement result for Chelsea.
It is indeed, considering, as I said, the value of the opposition and the type of performance that the team played. Particularly, James was excellent. I think he's adapting to the position better and better. He's more comfortable. But today he had such an energy that I didn't see at the times. He was a lot of energy, a lot of quality. Very, very, very good. I think he was an example for everyone.
For him personally now, he just needs to stay fit, doesn't he? Because we know what a good player he is, and just get that run of games.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't doubt his quality. We don't doubt his football intelligence. He's just about, being able to play longer without getting injured. That is the only concern about him. And also, he's a player, as we said, we were talking before whether I like him more as a midfielder or as a right back. I used to like him more as a right back, but now I'm reconsidering.
Interesting. And he actually took the corner for Chelsea's goal. Yeah. But before we see that, it actually came from a David Raya save, which when we look at it wasn't going in. But obviously David Raya doesn't know that at the time.
You know what, when you watch it, he kind of seems to get a little bit discombobulated, coming there, then changing his mind. So then it's kind of lost maybe the shape where the goal is. But yeah, you can see it's clearly missing there. And obviously, they score from it, but you can't really look too deeply into that simply because you can never quite tell as a goalkeeper exactly where you are. You just feel like you have to make the save. But it's good movement from Trevor Chalobah. But again, it all comes down to, as Gianfranco will attest to, the quality of the ball in.
Delivery is excellent.
Fantastic.
Absolutely excellent. Also, he's delivering in the most dangerous area.
Yeah.
Normally, I think there is a percentage in corner kicks the majority of the goals are scored on the first post or the nearby, and there was an example.
And that was Chelsea's first corner of the game.
Yeah.
And only the second time Arsenal conceded from one in the Premier League this season.
But again, you know, even against Tottenham as well, Tottenham are not bad at them as well. Chelsea are very good at them. But I think the main thing with this particular game, as from the boys' point of view, is that, you know, they'll be disappointed because they did go down to 10 men and they know what it's going to take to try and finish this off. But I think with the two centre-halves missing, two new centre-halves coming in, playing against the Chelsea side, I think if it was 11 men, I think it would have been a really tough game, even tougher. I think they would have had more possession. They might have caused us more problems. But I think you take that. You take that and you move on again, especially with the week they've had.
Yeah, as I say, they led for just 11 minutes. Mikel Merino scores some important goals, doesn't he, for us?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does, because he's got a brilliant and uncanny, not even an uncanny knack, he does that. He gets in the box. And the thing is, when he gets in there, Steve, he's finishing and he's heading. It's all on point. It's all precise. You know, Saka does well. You know, obviously Cucurella should know he's coming back on his left foot, but it's the way that Merino, if you watch where he is there, Fofana is, for me, as a defender, central defender, he leaves him now and he's now ball watching, and like he's hoping that the ball doesn't get put into a good position instead of making sure that he's back another yard for Fofana, because another yard he's able to maybe flick it away or something. But great movement from Merino arriving into the box again, and that's what he does so well for us.
Yeah, I think Saka's ball was brilliant, first of all.
Super.
But yeah, I agree. I mean, that is the mistake so many defenders they do. They get attracted by the ball. They stop ball watching and lose the opposition who is going behind them. And it happens so often. It's such a common. If it was probably an Italian coach, he'll be fuming or something like that. A defender that loses his man in the box is not acceptable.
Is that the fine line of concentration sometimes in a big game like that can be the difference?
It is. But it's very, very important. It's one of the things that the Italian coaches, they're very strict on. The defender, when the ball is on the left, one eye has to be there, but the body doesn't have to be square to the opposition. It's the opposition who's going to score, not the ball. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Your man that cannot get the ball, whether the ball is delivered to the first post, the second post, or to the middle, your man doesn't have to touch the ball. Stop.
Mikel Merino's 10th goal for club and country this season. Right at the end, you were out of your chair when that ball went in.
Well, I think that with this one, it's just, you know, I'm thinking like Gyökeres is going to... Is this the Gyökeres chance?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, you know, he's going to... If it's me here, Steve, I'm screaming so loud, anyone in front of me is going to cringe or going to drop out. That's what I've always been told. You have to shout, let them know that you're coming, because then Timber moves his head out of the way and Gyökeres just comes in and gets a clean header, free header. I'll be devastated with that. You know what I mean? He's got to let him know. He has to let him know when that's coming in. Victor Gyökeres has got to let Jira Timber know that I'm coming, because that's a massive opportunity missed.
OK, 1-1. Stay with us. Plenty more reaction from that derby.
Emotions, feelings about the performance and the result?
Well, on one hand, disappointed because we didn't win. And obviously, when you wear this T-shirt, you want to win every game. But on the other hand, we know this is going to be a long season. This is a really tough stadium to come. And, well, we take the point. Obviously, we could have done things better. But I think the team showed good mentality coming back from that goal.
What are your thoughts specifically on what you could have done better? 11 against 11 and then playing 10 men?
Yeah, maybe managing the game a little bit better, understanding what they were trying to do, how they were pressing, the spaces they were freeing for us, and trying to attack those maybe in the first half when they were going man-to-man so aggressively. And then with 10 men, a little bit more of patience with the ball. That doesn't mean complacency and playing like slow, but trying to find, you know, the wings and trying to elaborate a little bit more there to cross with players the box and try to thread a little bit more. Still, obviously, they're a good side, but yeah, I feel like the team did a good job today. We take the point, and obviously we keep going and let's win the next game.
Of course, they were down to 10 men because of a challenge on you. Can you just give us your view of that, and in the sort of the split seconds after it, happened, were you worried about your safety? Did you feel like maybe you were seriously injured?
Well, I felt my ankle go all the way, but luckily I have very mobile ankles and body, so yeah, I wasn't concerned about my save. But obviously I knew it was a horrible challenge and it was going to be a red card straight away.
Have you spoken to him since?
No,
not even up as you come down the tunnel full time?
No,
fair enough. You responded, they went ahead, you got the goal. Great bit of wing play from Saka. Just tell us about your thinking there with your movement, because you do have that knack of getting a big goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's something we train every day, trying to position yourself in the right areas, trying to be in the blind side of the centre back so they cannot have your reference, and then attack the ball in the highest point possible. Obviously, when you train with each other every day, you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, and yeah, B knows that I'm always there, and just cross the perfect ball. It was just tapping in.
Just going back to the physicality of it, why was it such a fractious game? Why was it a game on the edge, and obviously in one instance it went over the edge? Why was it that type of contest?
I mean, this is Premier League. This is a really strong league. Every team is very strong in every duel, and that's why you can see so many transitions. If you win a duel, if you win a second action, you can get yourself attacking the box. And today, I think we weren't at our best. We know when we're at our best, we are controlling the game much more. So I think that's why you saw a game with so many transitions and change of position.
Thank you. Well played.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Is Brentford at home on Wednesday, and the positive, as he says, they did find a way from going 1 down when they were shocked.
Yeah, they did, and you'd like to think that Arsenal would find a way, especially going down to 10 men, the form they've shown up to this point this season, even coming off of 2 big games, but that's what happens when you're going to try and win the league. You've got all of the games are big now, and the teams you're going to play, they know it's a big game for them as well. I thought that Chelsea looked very dangerous, and with 11 men, I think that would have been a very, very tough game for us, but you have to be happy with a point away from home, because, again, all that does is then puts a bit more pressure on the home game that's coming that you have to win.
OK, let's get the thoughts now of the Arsenal manager. Here he is, Mikel Arteta. The red card that he was talking about, the challenges going in very early. In fact, the Cucurella one we were talking about very early on.
Yes.
Saka set the tone, didn't it?
Yeah, we always knew that's gonna be, because them two always had this kind of like this competition. But that one with Moses Caicedo there, he was really...
That was 7 minutes
pumped up. Yeah, he was really pumped up. And this one again, Eze's going back away. There's no real danger. They were doing good with the press to cause Arsenal problems. But then this one is he's gone into a challenge that, Mikel Merino's he's got good control. He's got the control. He's passed it quick. He's got control. Maybe that's where he should have just eased off. But Mikel Merino's passed it through his legs. It's kind of caught him off guard, and he's well within his rights to go for it, but he's missed it, and that's why you get sent off.
No, I stand on my opinion I gave before. He wanted to get the ball. He was a little bit too aggressive, but he wanted to get the ball. As you can see, the tackle is down to the ground, to the foot, to where the ball was. Merino has been brilliant to, just deliver the ball quickly, and probably he was put off by this.
But overall, Chelsea have restricted Arsenal to their least efforts in a game in the Premier League since October 24 there. With 10 men.
Yeah, I was listening to what Mourinho said. I think that was the key of the game. You expect that when a team goes down to 10 men and the other opposition is Arsenal, the Arsenal has more control of the game, putting more pressure with building up action after action. Chelsea didn't allow that. They just stopped the Arsenal over controlling the game, and also they were dangerous on counter. So I think that has been the key. It's a very mature performance from Chelsea, because I don't think that there will be many teams that they can do to Arsenal in those conditions the same thing.
You know what, Steve? I'd say as well, Chelsea took full advantage of the fact that Arsenal, for me, like this last week, they looked a bit tired. And that's why I said with 11 men, it would have been an interesting game. But I think that Arsenal have got to be happy to take that point. Chelsea are quite unlucky to have a man sent off. like they did, because I think they might have caused a lot more problems.
Yeah, but it's still been a good week, hasn't it? There's
Absolutely.
wins over Spurs and Bayern.
Fantastic week for Arsenal still. Brilliant week.
Well, Enzo, against the team that's top of the league, with a man less for a lot of it, what do you think you showed today?
I think we showed that we are in the right direction again. I always said the same because I really think that we go in the right direction. The performance has been, I just said to players, wow, for me has been fantastic. We were much better team than them, 11v11. And then with 10 players, it's more difficult, but the way they deal with that situation has been outstanding.
So how did you achieve that? How did you manage to be the better team, 11 against 11? Tell us a bit about the game plan.
But I think it's been quite clear that 11v11 we were better than them.
But what did you do to make yourselves better than them?
We just try to exploit the best solution, the best space, the best situation. We knew that probably the space was for Malo, Estevao in that side. The way we prepared the game, I think worked quite well. And again, but overall, I think tonight we can